Hey, how you doing? Bill Nichols, Shade Tree Gunsmithing and Leatherworking. Last time we had our little questions and answers video, we told you that we was going to bring you a video on making a wallet or something. We was going to do a trifold, but we decided to do a ladies' wallet this time. And I want to do a little retraction on one of my videos there, the one where I was doing the Ruger cleaning. There towards the end, I said at the where the thread protector was on the threaded barrel, I said them threads were half 24. Or I said they were 12/24 and they're half 24 is what they are. I'll get it right in a minute. You know, I'm no professional at this. I'm just me. And so, I mean, you're going to see me make mistakes, but, I'm human. Don't try to be nothing else. All right, let's get down to this thing real quick. What we're going to do, we've got our template right here that we made, and we've done drawed it out where the hole should be and everything else. We're going to lay that over to the side. We got this piece right here marked, right here already. So we're going to take it over here behind us. We use, I think we told you this before, we use a paper cutter on this 2 to 3 ounce stuff. Here's the template for that right there. On this 2 to 3 ounce, we use a paper cutter, and it just does a nice square job, nice cut, everything, no fretted ends or anything. So let me turn around here and put my back to you a little bit. We'll line this up. Cut that one that way. Line this one up. Cut this one this way, and let's see. Cut one way, one there. Let me check it. Make sure. I want to make sure. We don't want to cut too many times, and then we'll trash out a piece. Okay, I've got that cut and that bitty one down there. All right. Line it up. Make sure everything's good and square. There we go. That should do it, I believe. Oh, we're cooking with gas, as the old saying goes. All right. So, it probably wouldn't hurt. Make sure everything. I'm gonna cut this bottom off. That way I don't have to trim it later. I just go ahead and trim it now. And that should do it. Make sure. All right. Well, I sure hate to get a finger in that thing. Woohoo! Be a sad day for me if I did. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and lay our template down here real quick. Right on there, right on there. There. Get that one out there. Line our template up. That one out there. Could push this out if we wanted to, I guess. Those things, I tell you what, you get them everywhere. All right. Now then, one thing we didn't do is we didn't put a new blade in our cutter. But I just used it very little. So maybe this one is sharp enough to do the job. Hopefully. Now what we're doing here, we're cutting out for our zipper. See if it went through that. Oh, look at there, look at there. And we'll just disregard that into the box. Okay, now this, make sure. Oh yeah. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good, and I'm hard to please. Tried to tell you that. But anyway, let me turn around here real quick and get back into it. I keep a supply of zippers that I buy at Walmart. They're a little cheaper to buy them there, and they're good zippers. I don't buy cheap stuff, but they're good zippers. And I found that even at Walmart, and I'm not sponsored by anybody. So anytime you see one of my videos and I say that I use this from there and that from here and everything else, they don't sponsor me. But now, I run across this. It's adhesive tape, and it's adhesive on both sides. And it's, I guess, 3/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch. Let's see, let me see what it is. I've never really measured it. About 11/16 to be exact, of an inch wide. And I give under $6 for it, and there's 5 yards of it. Well, if you take it and somebody goes, well, you're not going to save no money much from that to that other little tape. Now this right here, I give a lot more than that for that. And it was a bigger spool, but I've used quite a bit of it. But anyway, for you guys out there doing leather working, if you want something to save you a little money, you can cut this right here in 1/8 inch strips, just like that. I mean, you know, and then put that down here. We'll stick that, line it up, stick that down there, and we'll cut another piece off of it. There we go. And stick that one down there. Get our roller. This is a, now you can go to Lowe's or any place like that and get a wallpaper roller. And that's what this is. It's for rolling wallpaper. But this one has a rubber, this pretty hard rubber roller on it. And I like that because then you can really put a lot of pressure on it and, you know, make that tape stick. Now I'm going to take my access that I've got left for now, stick it right there. I took one of them little bitty screwdrivers like that and I just ground it off to a tip. And that way I can just stick it in the edge of this, just bring that right up. Same way here, just stick it in the end of it, just pulls it right up. And then, okay, come on. There. Now we can take our zipper, head down, and we can set it in here. I'd rather set the zipper down myself and lay this over top of it. Move my head forward. Do, do, do. All right. Press that down. Roll that a little bit. And roll it a little bit here. Now that is done for now. What we'll do is, when it's time to sew all this, we'll lay it all over there. Yeah. And so I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. Alright. Trim that. There's one little piece there. There we go. And we can trim this back a little. If you're wondering what kind of scissors I use, I bought these at Walmart. They're, I guess, Fiskar is the way you say that. But fantastic scissors. I mean, man, I use them every day. They just don't seem like they ever get dull. But we're going to lay this, just lean over there and just pass the camera a little bit and just lay it over here on the sewing machine for right now. And we'll move to this piece. Scoot some of this stuff out of my way. Alright, let's see. I guess first thing we'll do is trim off the excess. And that one. There's that one. Get that out of the way. And we'll go ahead for snaps, where snap's going to be. And we'll punch the hole for that. I could have used my hand puncher, but we'll use that there, or I can put my nylon back down there. Okay, we got that piece done, and we lay that to the side over there. You know, I could have cleaned my table up. You know how it goes. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, you know, but anyway. Cut one here. We're going to put a mark there. And a mark here. I should have marked that on the back side, but that's alright. I'm going to cut right through the lines. And quickest back over here to the cutter. Okay, so I marked this on both sides. That way I know this piece wasn't squared on that side of the cut. So what I have to do, I have to line it up there, line it up here, a little pressure on it. Okay, now the next one. There we go. Now we'll trim the one. Has to be just a little smaller. Okay, so we're going to turn this around this way. This is going to go on here right like this. Push at the bottom. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that ink mark that's on there. That way that won't be showing. Of course, now this is a lady's wallet, and so, you know, we may stain this one purple. And that would be in another video if I decided to do that. And take my trusty little knife here, and we're going to cut out. I've had this knife a long time, back when I was doing contract work, vinyl siding. I bought 2 of these, and the other one stays out in my gun repair shop. And this one I brought in here because you can get the way it's angled, you know, you can really get some force down on that, and that helps a bunch when you are trying to cut something out. I'm going to turn this over so that way if we don't cut right down the pencil mark, you know, then it doesn't matter. You know, where's that? There's that one there, and that one right there. Gotta make sure we keep them straight. I had to put my girls in another room. They were wanting to be a little rowdy, and they, you may hear them whine, but, you know, they're like kids, and when they disobey, I correct them. And they took off running across the street. I think it was a cat that was over there, and they know better than to go out in that street. And so I put them in another room and shut the door. There we go. That don't look too bad. All right, and we'll fold this up and put this in there now. And this one in there. We're just about to the point where we're going to have to start sewing this stuff together. Now, some of it I can take and run an edger on it, edge it. By the way, this is a number 2 edger, if anybody out there wants to know. And I got it at Tandy Leather. I'm not sponsored by them to say anything. They're not responsible for anything I do. But I just, a lot of the stuff I've got comes from Tandy Leather. And this leather that I'm using is a 2 to 3 ounce veg tan leather. So, and that's nice and smooth there. Gives it that little finish look. You know, some of this is a little touchy when you're doing real thin leather like this. But you know what? That's just about the best stuff to make a wallet out of. Is, to me, is a 2 to 3 ounce, because it's flexible, it's soft. I mean, you know, now I'm sure there's some out there would probably disagree with me, but that's okay. I'm no professional. I mean, you know, I'm just no country boy that's bringing you these videos. In case you want to do it yourself, then you'd see how it's done. And it's like anything. I was a machinist for years, and when you're in the military, they sit down and they make out a strategic plan, which is nothing but a blueprint. So anything you do, you've got to have something to go by. Or either have an awful good picture of it in your head and play it by ear, but then again, what I do is I make templates, and so as long as I make everything to the template, you know, it should work out, you know, pretty well decent. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim the edge of this outer part here just a little, and reason being doing it now is because of when I sew it, you know, I I don't like to mess with any part around the threads or anything like that, or maybe cut them or nick them or whatever. I mean, everybody's got their likes and their dislikes. Everybody's got their way of doing it. I got a little mark on this one right here, but that will definitely go away when I get done with it. And get started there. Now you can take thick leather and run one of these things down it, just not even hardly think about it. You know, what I do is I get it on the edge, and I kind of tilt it out about like a 45, and then up, you know, about like a 45, and then just go down it, you know, and it works for me. I mean, other people may have a different technique. That's my technique. Okay, now this and this will go on to this. Alrighty. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a little tape, two-sided tape, Walmart two-sided tape, and I'm not sponsored by Walmart either. We enjoy this. I enjoy letting somebody see. I've always wanted to pass on, believe it or not, I've always wanted to teach somebody how to work on guns, you know, or firearms, excuse me. But, you know, nowadays, I guess, if it's broke, throw it away. Because it seems like nobody wants them fixed. They do a lot of times, but then when you tell them the time involved and everything, then, you know, they kind of have second thoughts. And I don't blame them. You know, times are kind of hard. Get it out here in a minute. With this COVID thing going around, it's got a lot of places, you know, shut down, backed off on their time that they work, got different weird shifts and all that stuff. So, I mean, you know, I understand. You know, but I've always been the type of person, never put all your eggs in one basket. Because if you get one that's cracked and spoiled, it'll spoil the rest of them. And so, I mean, you know, that, or if you get a hole in that basket, then you lose all of them. So, anyway, you know, that's why I'm so resourceful. I've not done any videos yet on me airbrushing. But when we do, we're going to show you the hood of our truck, what we airbrushed on it. And, you know, I've had people say, man, you didn't do that. I said, well, I tell you what, I sit out there in 90-degree weather, got a sunburn on my neck and everything else is doing it. So if I didn't do it, why did I get the sunburn? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, but anyway, I guess people figure, you know, just because you got a little age on you, you know, that you can't do nothing. But I got news for everybody. I am like a fine wine. The older I get, the better I get at everything. So, I mean, you know, it's just, I take my time. You know, when you're young, you rush through stuff, you know, and all that. And just want to, I don't know. I did. I was guilty of it like everybody else was. You know, I just hurry, you know. But why'd you hurry? You know, it did not gain you anything. And so I'm going to trim that little place off there, and that way it don't bite me later. Yeah. So, there we go. Yeah. Let me have this here. Let's see, do we want to put this one in this end? Or do we want to put it in the other end? I think I'd put it in the other end. Like up here. And then this one, we fold it. And this one will go in this end. Alright, now if we get this over here, and this right here, we're going to have that much. And this is here. Over here, we're going to have that much. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to equalize these out. Now laying that one on that one, Oops, getting the mark. This was my bad. When I started, I should have made sure that the leather I was using had a good square side on it. And when I'm just about out of that 2 to 3, and so I'm having to kind of scrounge just a little bit and get what I can get. You know what I'm saying? And so what we're doing is, let's see, let's cut this first. All right, put this one down here. Oh yeah, looks good. Looks good. All right, so we're gonna glue this. Stick it, lift it. All right, now let me get these lined up here. Oh yeah, that part. Yep, get one side off a little bit. There, there. Okay, there. All right. That will go down on that. No, I'm not gonna. Wait a minute, I got a piece right here. The thing is, this tape is just temporary, holds it till we can get the stitches through it. I think I'm gonna put some on the side. Do a piece. I'm not too exact on my cutting of that because I just need it just to stick it long enough for me to get some stitches through there. My sewing machine that I use, I wish that I had a Cobra Class 4. That's my dream machine, I'll put it that way. And but I kind of modified a console 255-2 or RB2 to accommodate what I do. And so what I done is I put a different pulley up top, and okay. Now then. You know what? I don't like that. Get it up. Do it again. I seen a little bitty hair of a gap there. Now that's better. That's right on the edge. Sometimes I have to do my work twice while I'm building it for the simple reason of my eyesight. And I'm not, I try to compensate for it and remember to dot all my T's and cross all my I's. But still yet, sometimes we have to pull something up. I'm going to mark this right up under there where it can't be seen. Right up under here where it can't be seen. And we're going to put a strip of tape. Down through there. You know, the good thing about these right here, you know, they're just under $6, and you get 5 yards. Well, if you cut it in half, you get 10 yards. If you cut it in quarters, then you got 4 quarters, then you get 20 yards, and you still only have under $6 in it, and it works just fine. I mean, you know, I don't have any problems with it whatsoever. Not sticking. I mean, you know, matter of fact, it gets on my fingers sometimes. I can't hardly get them off, but, you know, yeah. You just press it down in that leather a little bit. Now this piece I'm going to cut in half. Use a little bit up this side. And excuse me. Use a little bit up this side. You know, this time of year is kind of hard on me, I guess. It's the romantic part of the season of the year, I think. And you know, I always enjoyed Christmas. And but not having somebody, you know, to spend it with, a lot of times it gets lonesome. But, you know, as it is, I stay busy. And I think what happened in my past relationships is a woman wants a man that works and provides for them. You know, they like them little trinkets and them pretty little doodads and all that stuff. Well, as I told you once before, I wasn't born to Rockefeller, so I'm not rich. So I have to work. My problem is I work 24/7. So I mean, you know, not exactly 24/7, but you know, I work all the time. And I guess that's, you know, I've never been able to find what I would call a happy medium to that deal, you know, or whatever. Yeah, it looks straight to me. I hope it's straight, although I think I should have brought the whole thing over this way. Let's try it like this. That one down there, this one down here, and press. Let me see here. Oh, look at that. Boy, I think it'll look good. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Now, I guess, well, now we could put that in there. Powder. She's my delinquent, by the way. She has a mind of her own. No doubt. Well, so far, I mean, right there is what it looks like. I mean, you know, and this here will fold up, and this here will fold down, and there's where my snaps will go, right there. And, but anyway, we're going to ease over to the sewing machine, sew it up, and then that's, I'll tell you what, we're just, you know, you've seen everything right now on how to make this. Nothing's left except for sewing. You know, now I may showcase it later on at some other time, but we try to keep these videos down to a, you know, a happy medium anyway. So that's how you make that wallet right there. There's a glass to go in here, or plexiglass. I put plexiglass in them. There will be a stitch run up between these right here, you know. And I'll show you the finished product on my next video when that comes on Wednesday. And so anyway, that one's going to be right before Christmas, but I'm going to say it again. I want you all to have a very Merry Christmas and a sober New Year, or at least ways, like I said again, you know, you can go out and party, but have a designated driver, you know, the life you save may be mine, because I may have to get out and go somewhere, you know. So, but anyway, I love all my viewers. Subscribe. And that don't cost you anything to subscribe. Some people think it does, but it don't. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button. And give us a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you don't, well, just don't watch no more of them, I guess. That's all I can tell you. But anyway, you know, we've had a good time showing you. I'm a little slow, but you know what? Like I said, the older I get, the better I get. So I want to make sure everything is right, because, you know, this wallet may go to one of my kin people or something. And you know how kin people are. They talk about you like a dog if you do something wrong. Do something right, you don't ever hear about it. But anyway, like I said, have a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year coming up. And I hope and pray we get rid of this COVID thing. And we'll see you on our next video that we turn loose on Wednesday. So you have a fantastic time. See you.